a room of 36 boys, all quiet.
Roxanne.
She said to the boy, "Let's break up." Hello, all you beautiful, magical, scrumptious, rumptious, and delicious people doing. Alright, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's your guy PK here with another banger for you. Alright, let's get right into this. Hear me. Is it what is it? Hear me or hear thee? Whatever the fuck that shit is. Hear me. Alright. So I don't know if you are also familiar with British caste system of education. You know, primary school, kindergarten, high school, and senior high school, then university and all that bullshit. Yeah, so this story takes place in senior high school. Yeah, I know I've heard a lot of stories about senior high schools in Africa. And if there's one thing they all have in common, is that it's the place where all the aspiring Romeo and Juliet go to experience their first and most painful heartbreaks. And today we're going to talk about the original Romeo himself, the one blessed by Cupid, the boy with heart for eyes, Mr. Loverboy himself. My guy, the names and identities of the people in the cast has been changed, except for mine, of course, for anonymity purposes. So let's call him Felix. I don't know why, I just like that name, Felix. Alright, so Felix, the tale of Felix. Felix the cat, I think it's from, where is that from?
Meow.
Alright, but then back to the story, why you came here, why you tapped on this video. You want to know about the ascended one, the modern day Shakespeare, Felix. So, first off, let's say I went to Ghana Senior High School. Yes, I went to Ghana Senior High School. So, high school was pretty fun. I went to an all-boys high school first off, so yeah, you know, some really fucked up shit happened. So, when our first year of school, and luckily for us, this was around the Corona lockdown time. And to cut a long story short, only 1 year group would be in school at any given time. So basically, we had no upperclassmen. We were the seniors. And even though it wasn't allowed for students to have phones in school, especially for first year students, I can say with certainty that almost every single dorm had about 6 to 9 people with phones in it. And that's being considerate. And that's being conservative. And that's a conservative estimate. So, at this point in time, we go to my boy Felix, Mr. Romantic, the heir to the Shakespearean name, the boy who lived, come to vibe. And so naturally, as most of us came to school single as fuck, this nigga, this absolute legend, had a girlfriend of 3 years. His relationship basically lasted through his entire junior high school career into senior high school. And to make things easy, let's call the girl Roxanne. Because truly,
All she wanna do is party all night. Goddamn.
you're going to get that reference soon enough. So true to his many names and titles, your boy was the most committed boyfriend. I'm talking Vampire Diaries level of simple. He'd write songs to her every day. He'd call her at least once every day. This one time, he even called her during an E-Maths class. And if you know anything about E-Maths, that's elective mathematics, you know how recklessly in love this brother man was. When I tell you, there were literally niggas pulling up to church on Sundays to pray for this nigga's downfall. I mean it. I should know. I led the praise and worship. And honestly, it seemed bleak, like our prayers were never going to be answered. Like my boy Felix was just going to go on winning in life. But as the old saying goes, all good things must come to an end. And our Humpty Dumpty was about to have a great fall. And you can trust, all of us were posted up, waiting for that shit. So let me paint you a picture. It was a chilly Friday evening. We had just finished prep, which for those of you who don't know, is basically the school forcing you to read and self-learn for like an extra 3 to 4 hours, usually between 6 to 9 p.m. And my school really loved to force us to go to prep. And in turn, we loved to waste the prep time. So after a grueling 3 hours of, I don't know whether I was learning or I can't even lie, I wasn't learning. So I got back to my dorm room and was about to dare place my head on my bed. Those are bars. And get some much needed shelter. When it happened, I heard a phone ring. You know how many times you have to listen to someone else's phone ring before you're able to identify who's calling it, and that's 2 seconds of the phone ring. For those who said I should have minded my own business, how? The nigga was literally right next to me. His bunk bed was right next to mine. I was basically part of the relationship at that point. I spoke to Roxanne a few times, and honestly, she seemed like a pretty cool girl. At this point, you're probably understanding why I call her Roxanne.
Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all
So, as you can see, my hate for the relationship is justified. Yeah, justified. And it's certainly not because the nigga kept rubbing in the fact that I was single. Yeah. That certainly cannot be the reason. Anyway, your nigga picked up, and honestly, I wasn't in the mood to be reminded of how single I was. I just left a series of bad relationships that really messed me up, but that's a story for another day. So before they started their routine, I picked up my bath gear and headed to the showers to clean up before I head to bed. Like, if I'm going to be ear-fucked the whole night, at least I want to be clean for it, you know? I went to the shower and contemplated my life a bit, you know, the usual. Then I came back to the room prepared for an earful of I love yous and whatnot. But something was different. When I entered the room, Felix was still smiling, his phone on loudspeaker, his way of giving us all the middle finger. He wasn't different per se. It was the girl that was different. She sounded more distant, more withdrawn. She wasn't matching his energy like usual. But honestly, I had no doubts to give at that point. I was tired and just looking to get to bed. So I made myself comfortable and was about to doze off when I heard the words that broke my nigga. The words none of us saw coming. The words that silenced everyone in the room. A room of 36 boys, all quiet.
Roxanne.
She said to the boy, "Let's break up." At that moment, all the sleep in me quickly disappeared. I was up before Felix could cover up the shock on his face. He was straight up looking like this. She got him making memes before they were funny. I know throughout all this, we sound like haters, but honestly, we like their relationship, you know. It was legitimately beautiful, and honestly, there wouldn't be any hate if they hadn't turned their relationship into a group project. But see, that's where he fucked up, cause at this point, we were all invested, and I could see I wasn't the only one that heard that. In a room of about 36 boys, all seemed to lock the fuck in. The room went silent. You might be thinking at this point, what is Felix going to do? Isn't he going to say anything? But your boy was too shocked. He was stunned. He was frozen in place. Your boy was in disbelief, and worst off, she gave him no chance to recover. She told him she liked someone else right after she cut the call. And I think she blocked him because Felix tried calling her several times after that, but the number was never available or it would be turned off. The boy was almost in tears. I'd like to tell you we came together, comforted the boy, and we told him it was all going to be alright.
At the moment, please call back later.
Oh nah. We laughed at the nigga. In that moment, the more he tried to call her back and the sound played, the more we laughed and laughed. But we weren't all bad. We tried to stop him from continuing calling the number, but my boy was too far gone. After a brief interruption from our hall master, we all headed to bed. But even from my bed, I could still see the nigga Felix still calling the number. The results didn't change. I'm sure somewhere during the night, it dawned on him that this wasn't a joke. This was for real. Well, I'm not sure what happened during the night. All I know is the boy completely changed for the rest of our time in first year. He was never the same. You see, and the funny thing is, at the time, I can remember telling myself, this is never going to happen to me. I am never going to find myself in this type of situation. Surely I won't, right? Right. And calm down. Before you call us bad friends, hey, we did try to cheer the nigga up. Whenever we got food, we invited Felix to join us. But it was obvious to anyone that this nigga was crushed. Like, this was his first relationship after all. Well, honestly, if you are feeling bad for the dude, don't, because he's doing far better now. According to him, he isn't in a relationship with anyone, but 3 girls seem to think they're in a relationship with him. So the boy is up. Meanwhile, I found my way back to being single after many failed relationships. But honestly, that in itself is a story for a different day. If you think Felix drew the short straw when it came to relationships, just know I didn't even get a straw to talk of. Alright. Well, I guess that's it. I'm not gonna lie, I really cooked to this video. So if you could drop a like, a comment, you know, to support the boy, I would really appreciate it. And also, I cooked up this, this outro for you. So I hope you love this shit. To watch the outro, do that shit. Alright, drop that.